What is up, everyone? JD here. I hope you're doing well today. We're going to be doing a knife mod. We're going to install a magnetic detent system in my Demko AD20.5. Let's get into it. All right, so what we're going to do today is we're installing a magnet detent system with this stuff that you see here before you on my AD20.5. I recommend WeHa bits. You're going to want a good set of tools to take care of your disassembly. I believe it is a T8 pivot, maybe even a T10. Let me double check that really quick before we get too deep into this. I can't remember. It's been a minute since I've disassembled this for, yeah, it is T10 pivot. And that means that the hardware is going to be T6 because it definitely looks too big for T8. Yeah, so T6. So you need T10, T6 for the hardware. I also recommend for this that you get yourself a little Sharpie magic marker and get yourself a little cleaning solvent. You're going to want to make sure you have that for when you actually get to the thread locker. I'm sorry, the thread locker. Kevin's been rubbing off on me. The super glue that you're going to want to use for this. I've had plenty of these. I know that you just twist these down until they break the seal. And once the seal is broken, you can kind of just lift the cap off. I do really like the gel controlled super glue here. As you can see, it works on a multitude of things. It should work really good on this carbon fiber. I'm going to skip ahead, but all of this is going to be linked for you down in the description below so that you can easily find everything that you're going to need here, including the correct link to the magnet for the right size for this detent system. All right, I'm going to skip ahead to this being disassembled so that you don't have to sit here and watch me go through all of this. Once we're disassembled, I will show you exactly what you're going to need in order to complete the process and how you're going to go about it, or at least how I'll go about it. Feel free to amend this in any way, shape, or form to how you see fit as far as how you want to proceed with the installation. All right, once you have it disassembled, what I recommend, just wiggle this until it comes off. It may take the stop pin with it. That's no big deal. Just work it back out and put it into the other side. I also recommend just really carefully removing the spring because it seems like it wants to bounce out anyway. Let me grab this here. There we go. And just set your spring aside. I've done this enough time, you don't want it to run away. So what we're going to do is we're going to install the magnet right here. Let me just verify. I believe these are the right size. I just want to make sure. I don't think it matters which side that you put it on. We're going to need two of them actually. I don't believe it matters which side you put down. I know one can be, yeah, so it won't matter which side you put down. Both of them are definitely drawing to the blade and drawing to each other. So this side, yeah, I would recommend just testing them. Whoop. Jumped all the way over here to the pivot. Just test them to see which way they prefer to go towards one another. One side is going to resist, but it's still going to pull to the magnet. So because they're resisting this way, I'm going to install these like that. What I don't want is I want them both to pull to the blade, but not to each other. I want them to resist one another. So that way it's kind of pushing the same amount of force to the blade to go ahead and lock those in. So go ahead and grab yourself a little Sharpie. You don't need to outline the whole thing. You just need this little half circle here on both sides so that you can see where you want to glue your magnet down. What you're going to want to do once you have that little half moon shape is because it's going to want to pull, you're going to want to get the liner out of the way. And then you're just going to want to lay your magnet right perfect in that spot there, glue it in. Well, clean everything and then glue it in and make sure that you're in that little half moon shape or half circle shape, and it should go back together nice and smooth with plenty of clearance. So we'll be right back. Okay, now with your magnets installed, and I was recording my face the whole time, you'll just want to let these dry an appropriate amount of time just to make sure that your your steel liner is not pulling away from it too much. Once they've dried, I don't even know if it tells you on here what it recommends as far as dry time. Maybe it said it on the package. Just tells you to remove it. Wow, it says 30 seconds. That seems kind of fast. I would say maybe wait like 5 or 10 minutes and then you can go about it. All right, so I have everything dried, reassembled. As you can see, the crazy glue is keeping the magnets from running straight to the steel liners, which is what you want. I cleaned everything up, kind of lubed it. I'm going to sandwich it back together, and then we'll go ahead and test to make sure everything has the proper clearance and everything looks good. If it doesn't have the proper clearance, then I'm going to have to take these magnets off and reassemble them. But these are the same magnets that I've used in this process before, and I've never had a clearance issue. And also, I have a BGM regrind, so I should be good to go. Let's go ahead and get this reassembled. I did want to mention, the magnet is trying to pull it out now. I did want to mention, though, the titanium standoffs. I forgot I picked those up there on Blade HQ. I can't remember the manufacturer. Those, it did help that they were titanium. This one here didn't want to keep running to the magnet when I was trying to reinstall it. So very carefully holding that in place, I'm going to go ahead and work everything down. Actually, you know what? Let's just do it this way so I don't have to fight the magnet. We're going to work everything into place. Always have a little bit of an issue with this stop pin, so I'm not too surprised that that is happening today. Did it sandwich or nope? There it goes. Sorry. There we go. Everything has fallen into place nicely. So now I should be able to slide this over top, and the little standoffs there will help keep the magnet from chasing it to the steel liner. What I'm going to do is just reinstall this screw first. This one here happens to be one that doesn't require the pocket clip, and that should keep the magnet from trying to pull it off. There we go. Pull it, or the magnet pulling. Well, actually, the standoff should do that. So this really shouldn't matter. We'll go ahead and test the centering up really quick. Make sure everything looks good centering wise. No blade play. Let's back it off. That was a little too much. I think that's right. Let me see what that feels like. A little too tight. A little too tight. A little too tight. Something's not quite seating right here. Let's try and sandwich it down and then back it off. Should be good now. Still a little too tight. We'll check the centering here in a second, but I want to make sure I get the play right before I close it, because I don't remember if the magnetic detent kind of, yeah, that feels good. Little side to side play. Let's tighten it up just a smidge. Little side to side play. Man. No play. And it is favoring this side just a little bit, so let's adjust these screws, these standoff screws. That should fix it. Let's do this one first, and then flip it, and then we'll do these. Oh, there we go. Did I back that out too much? There we go. There we go. Dead center. No play. And magnet clearance looks good on it. So we have everything together that we need together. Let's go ahead and reinstall the pocket clip. Oop, missed. Oh, missed again. I always have trouble with that bottom one. It's a little closer to the actual stem there. Okay, we should be good. Go ahead and snug it down. And we're good there. Just going to check everything, make sure it feels good. And it's really, guys, that simple. I believe these are like 3mm by 8mm magnets, but again, I'll link them down in the description below. I really can't remember, and I don't know. Oh, it does say here. Here you go. It is. Oh no, it doesn't. It doesn't have the size on it, and I don't know that that is the correct way to identify it. So I'll link them down below, or my editor. My editor will can also put it in there. Yeah, it feels good, as I remember. You know, it's with the regrind, the magnets aren't going to be as strong. You can see it doesn't have a ton of clearance in there for the blade. But it does a good enough job. Like you can see it sucks it down in there, but it's not dramatic. I mean, it is actually having a hard time getting it out of there. I wish I had a way to kind of measure that difference between the two. I really don't have anything super long to go down in there. But it is really a tight tolerance. When it's closed, you can see that it's not touching the actual blade on the regrind, but I'm not 100% sure how that will perform with the ooh, that is bright, with the factory blade. And the factory blade is going to be, there we go. The factory blade is going to really be a tight fit, so you may want to go a little bit further down than I did on the actual scales, because I believe you have enough clearance to go closer to the tip, and you may want to do that. But it feels good. I'm happy with the results again. It's been a little while since I've seen them on there on a set of mine, but I'm happy with the results. Hopefully this helps you if you're interested in installing these on yours. If not, I hope you enjoyed checking out the video of me installing them on mine. Shout out to everyone out there that leaves the likes, the comments, that is subscribed. I love you guys, and I hope you have a fantastic week. Until next time, peace.